Let's take a look at problem 24. Same idea as 23, so if you didn't watch 23, it might be a good idea to go back and look at that. Here, we've got a function. This one is quadratic, so our graph is going to look like a U, and that's a parabola. So we can go ahead and just plug in the numbers in here into the functions. So if we plug in negative 2 squared is positive 4, and 4 plus 2 is 6. Zoom in a little bit here on this table. Okay, if we take negative 1 and plug it in, negative 1 squared is positive 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 0 squared is 0, plus 2 is 2. And of course, 1 squared is 1, plus 2 is 3. 2 squared is 4, plus 2 is 6. So notice that there's some symmetry involved here. And that's because the squaring term takes the negatives and is going to kick out what the positives would have kicked out here as well. So I think it's kind of obvious that we would have this symmetry. Our order pairs are going to be negative 2, 6. Excuse me. It's going to be negative 1, 3. 0, 2. 1, 3. And 2, 6. So now what we'll do is we'll go and graph those over here. So 0, 2, well, that's right here in the graph. 1 over 3 up and 2 over 6 up. Negative 1 up 3, negative 2 up 6. So then we're just going to go ahead and draw our U in. Like that. Now it looks like that's not the best drawing. Okay, it should be nice and symmetric. Let me change these ends a little bit. Still not perfect, but you get the idea. So domain of range, again, if I'm walking on the axes. Now this function is a little bit misleading because you might look at this and say, well, if we're over, like way over here, do we see something above or below? And the answer to that is, yeah, we actually do. But it's hard to tell from the graph. So the way that you can think about this is like if I was at negative 6, if I plug in negative 6, I'm going to get out negative 6 squared is 36, and then 36 plus 2 is 38. So negative 6, this will be way up here at a height of 38, but there's still a value there. So it turns out for any x value, I'll see something. So my domain is from negative infinity to infinity. Now the range, again, is if you're walking on the y-axis. So we don't see anything until we get up to a height of 2. At 2, we do see something, so we're going to start at 2. We'll include it. And then no matter how high we go, we're always going to see a function. And so we'll go all the way up to infinity. So there we've got the domain and the range and our interval notation. We've got a table of values, and we also have the graph.